Well, good evening, everybody. Let me try and get some of my audio here correct. Thank you for joining us here on our YouTube channel. We are playing out of the Capitol Federal Sports Complex of Liberty once again. And so exciting for me because I am just a short distance away. But we are playing in the Midwest Global State Championship today. This is the actual championship tournament, so it's not the championship game. Tonight, we actually have two games. So starting here at 6 o'clock, we're playing Team KC here in just about 10-15 minutes. And then we'll play once again at 8 o'clock, so playing back-to-back doubleheader today. And we'll be facing 643 KC Black. And so a couple of exciting matchups here. The Team KC, and give me just one moment here, folks. All right, folks. So just had a question here about our YouTube channel, and like always, my directions are maybe somewhat lacking, but we are broadcasting live on YouTube at MNS14U, and so that's where you guys are finding us and all that good stuff. So again, once again, playing the Midwest Global State Championship Tournament. Today is pool play. And we've got a double header, so we'll play two games in pool play to help set the seeding for the tournament. Bracket play will commence on Sunday, and of course there will be more pool play tomorrow, but we're going to get our two pool play games in today. Once again, facing Team KC right now. They are a 13U AAA major team, so really excited to see a major team for the first time, I think, this season. Typically really strong fielding, really good hitting. But this will be the first time they've actually pitched from the full pitching distance out at 60 feet. So first time playing 60-90 for those guys. So it might be a little bit of an adjustment and all that good stuff. Looks like we drew the home billing today, so that's exciting as well. So we'll have that home advantage as we take on Team KC. Let me go over our starting lineup here. And I'm just going to go in order, starting with number 44, Cooper McCowan, followed by Colston Colquitt, hitting a 3-hole Tucker Lee, batting cleanup Hudson Woods, followed by Paxton Crowther, Parker Simons, Mason Gellender, followed by Alex Kilman and Isaac Dixon, and then rounding out the lineup today is Sebastian Wingrove. We do have a couple of guys here in reserve, so we may see them a little bit later in the game. And it looks like Tucker Lee will start out on the hill for us. So, and then let me go over the Team KC. So I did get a good lineup for these guys, and just first names. And so I got numbers and first names, but looks like Miles W., Brady N., followed by Brady M., then Parker W., Cade H., Tavian L., and Brady A. and AJ, followed by Dane P. and Logan J. and Zayner? I'm not sure. But did you get the roster?
Okay. I was looking at that too. I wonder if it's Xavier.
Xavier? Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it might be a V-I-E-R.
Yeah, All right, and so that'll be Team KC. And so as you saw here earlier on your screen, the coaches' meeting has commenced, and Team KC is outside the dugout trying to time up Tucker's warm-ups. Typically kind of throwing nice and easy to start. And so we are all set here, folks, ready to go.
Here we go, Tucker.
So Tucker will start from the windup. And ball high, so setting that plane a little bit high. And what you'll see is that anything that coming in down low, not likely to swing at. We talk about that quite often. Oh, and 2 wild pitches to begin. First one really high, and then the next one wild.
Hey, you're right, Tuck. Find it.
So Tuck takes a deep breath, climbs back up on the bump there, and he's all set, ready to go. And strike one. And a little chopper, this one right side, and that is going to be out number 1. So looked like Miles W. kind of rolled over on that one, and typically when you see the hands roll over, what you're going to see is a chopper to the strong side. And so starting out as a lefty, that was an easy chopper right over to first for that first out. Now up at the bat, Brady in. And just missing on that first pitch. Tucker working with a couple of different pitching coaches, one out there at the MacNSeitz club. And nice fastball there, just 71 miles an hour. So still warming up, but working with Gonzo out there at MacNSeitz, and he's only been working with him for about 3 weeks now. Felt like he got some good instruction there on kind of the release and that hand snap. He throws a fastball as a little bit more like a cutter, so there's a little bit more movement. It's because he's not snapping down. And so what that does is it reduces the RPMs and the spin rate, and so he's losing a little bit of velocity when that happens. So Brady fouls that last one back, now 2-2 count. Nice rip right up the middle, and that'll be good for a single. So he did a great job waiting on that breaking ball. Set still, right on that, heavy on that back leg, and then drove right through the ball. Shortstop just at the edge of the shortstop's glove. So that'll be the first base runner for Team KC, and that'll bring up Brady M to the plate. Looks like Brady Meyer. So from my vantage point right here, I don't have good eyes on the runner on first. I had to move some of my gear around because of the sun. And ball in. Hard to say kind of where that one was at. Maybe a bit high, I'm not sure, but good looking pitch. Big lead over at first base. Whoa. And a hard throw over there to first base for a pickoff move. Kind of dribbles away from first baseman, but runner's unable to advance. And so Myers steps back into the box. Swing and miss, blew that one right by him, only 69 miles an hour. Runner goes. Throw will not be in time, and that was a huge jump. Gotta say that kid had a great lead. Tuck went on a slide step there, and it was a fastball high, so a good pitch for catch to typically get a nice throw down to second base, but just too much of a jump there. Meyer fouls that one back. And Tuck from the stretch. So doing a good job working the base runner. Knowing that, and that's something that we actually talked about here over the weekend, is really trying to do a better job of holding the runner and protecting each base. This one's popped up left side. Oh my goodness, and Parker Simons had it in his glove, went for the transfer, and the ball falls out. So he actually collected that one just fine. As the ball transferred over, it fell out. And so, unfortunately, MacNSeitz loses out on an easy out right there.
No, it still counts.
What's that?
It still counts as not.
Oh, he still got the out?
Since it's on the transfer, it doesn't matter.
Okay, I didn't see him call it, so
Yeah, because he came out and was showing that it was on the transfer.
good deal. So this happens to me too often because I'm sitting down here looking at the scoring overlay and whatnot. So he did get the call for the out, and you know, from you folks at home, wild pitch there again, and runner advances over to third. So 3 wild pitches here in the first inning, and Tuck still
Hey, shake it off, Tuck. You're fine.
not looking super settled just yet.
Hey, go to work, kid.
Well, this is Parker W. up to the plate. And he starts off with 2 quick balls. But I did feel like Parker Simons over there at third had definitely had that ball for a good couple of seconds before it fell out at the transfer. Oh, and he just missed that one outside. So typically you'd think that, hey, that's a good miss. It's not a bad ball, but when it's the third ball, now 3-0 count. Got to bring this one in, so be interesting to see if he's on the take. And certainly he was. Never moved the bat at all. And I got to tell you, from my perspective, I know there's a lot of baseball guys that out there that disagree with me, but 3-0 to me is a green light. If that's right down the pipe, I'm hacking away. That's a home run ball. High fly ball. This one left side. Looks like he's tracking it good. And that'll be out number 3. So not a super clean inning for Tucker Lee out there on the bump with 3 wild pitches. Did have one nice hit by KC, Team KC there. And runner's able to get all the way around, but no damage done as the runner's not able to get across the plate. So now MacNSeitz will be up and ready to go here. Leading off for us is Cooper McCown, followed by Colston Colquitt, and then Tucker Lee. So beautiful day out today. A little bit on the warm side, no doubt. We've had quite a bit of rain here earlier in the week, and so the humidity is up quite a little ways. But we've got a nice little breeze going here, and I tell you what, it's making the heat that much more bearable, especially in the shade. Looks like that's going to be number 1, AJ, for Team KC starting off. He's a righty. And obviously, since this is the first time they've played a 14U tournament, we're not too familiar with Team KC, although we have seen other Team KC teams here earlier in the season. I think that was before Tucker and I had actually joined the team here just a tournament ago. But boys out there on the field look calm and relaxed. Looks like they're ready to compete. And nice throw down by the catcher on his warm-up. Looks like he's got a cannon. And that'll bring number 44, Cooper McCown, up to the plate. And he fouls that first pitch back. So quite an adjustment. You if you haven't done it before, going from 55 to 60, you think, gosh, it's only 5 feet. But it's also that angle of attack that can make a difference. And Cooper fouls another one back, getting down here early in the count, 0-2. But going from, what's supposed to be an 8-inch rise to a 10-inch rise, and 3 pitches, 3 strikes, Cooper goes down swinging. And that's going to bring up number 2, Colston Colquitt. But that angle of attack, as you learn to come down that hill and whatnot, you see a lot of pitchers that will struggle with it a little bit high. Nice looking curveball right there. Down in the dirt, though. Good breaking action for AJ up there on that bump. And Colston takes one for a strike. Now 1-1 count. Nods, steps out, and steps right back in. Oh, nice looking hit right there. That is over the center fielder's head. That's going to get to the fence. Colston has got some wheels, folks. He's round second base. He's headed towards third, and the relay is just now coming in. And he is up with a triple. I tell you what, he got a hold of that one. And the energy and the life is definitely alive and well in the MacNSeitz dugout. That's going to bring up number 27, Tucker Lee. Colston, I tell you what, he had an in-the-park home run in this last tournament, and he really turned it on. He may not have the quickest first step, but once he gets that motor going, he made it over to third and nothing flat. Tucker fouls that first one off. And now an 0-1 count. So right now, MacNSeitz with runner in scoring position and a nice looking breaking ball right across the plate. Tucker takes that one for strike two. Fastball in high, that one's 71 miles an hour. So AJ with a good arm, good looking delivery, and a nice hinge. Goes back to that curveball, misses outside, now a 2-2 count. So an RBI opportunity here for Lee. Ball gets away from the catcher, and the runner goes. Oh, and they called him out right there at the plate. Definitely a close call right there, and maybe we didn't need to push that one. And I tell you what, the fence here and some of these ball fields pretty far back, and some of them a little bit closer. This one not terribly far back, and Tucker Lee now with full count. So he draws a walk right there. And now MacNSeitz still looking to put one on the board. Will have to do so with 2 outs. That brings up number 22, Hudson Woods. Runner goes. And a breaking ball. Catch had no chance. And very smartly decides not to throw the ball. I see that way too often, where even when they have absolutely no chance, they still try to chuck it down there. And so good job by Catch holding on to that ball, recognizing the situation. So swing and a miss. He's out front on that one. Probably looking fastball, and got that curveball in that one. And Hudson Woods does a great job calling time right there. Pitch kind of tried to hold that ball just a little bit long and let Hudson settle in too much. And so, very wisely, calls timeout, steps out of the box. All right, he rips that one. That gets by the third baseman. Runner's going to go. And he's safe. So Woods up with an RBI. On that throw home, he's able to make his way over to second base, and MacNSeitz gets on the board. as Catch just missed that tag. I tell you what, Tucker Lee did not look to me like he was running his hardest. My goodness, folks. I think we got a little bit lucky right there. Certainly we'll see here later in the matchup if that runner that tried to come home that was out at the plate, if that losing that one run ends up being consequential. But right now, MacNSeitz up 1-0. Swing and a miss. That is Paxton Crowther, number 21. So MacNSeitz with a good number of lefty batters. So this is the third lefty up in the lineup so far. Paxton puts the bat on that one hard, but it's well out of play. And now 0-2 count. So MacNSeitz not doing a great job getting deep in the count. Looking for those better balls to hit, but and Wood's doing a great job watching that back foot. Gets back to the base. Now we're all set. And AJ still out there on the hill, working from the stride. That's fastball high. Coming in 69 miles an hour. And missing just outside. That'll now be a 2-2 count to Paxton. And MacNSeitz boys up there on the fence. Still a lot of energy, looking for some more runs here, even with 2 outs. Ooh, nice little piece of hitting right there. Is that going to stay fair? Oh, and that is a foul ball. So that ball down low and away, and Paxton does exactly what you're supposed to do. He drives it the other way, but a little bit of tail on that ball takes it to the left side and out of play. So good AB so far, 5 pitches in. And Paxton looking for his next one. Little chopper right side, and that is a foul ball. So 6 pitches in, and still a great AB for Paxton Crowther. And ball outside, pitch number 7. And now Crowther on a full count. Just as a batter, you got to get more and more confident. Every time that another pitch comes down, you're able to see that delivery once more, see that ball coming in, start to get your timing. And a great at-bat, 8 pitches in, and Crowther earns a walk. That will bring up number 27, Parker Simons. But Team KC coach wanted to call a quick timeout and try to get his troops settled out there on the hill. And as I suspected, they're going to stick with AJ out there on the bump. I think he's just trying to get the boys all settled. It's no big damage done here. Just 1 run, but 2 runners on. 1 in scoring position out there on second base. And now Parker at the plate. Takes that first pitch, strike 1. I know quite a few of these boys, they met up at the MacNSeitz facility on Wednesday, so they had practice Tuesday night. Had quite a bit of weather that came in, kind of into the practice a bit early, but boys went up there for about a couple of hours and just working on things individually without even any of the coaches. And I tell you what, that's one of those things that I love to see, because the passion for the game is going to take you only so far. You got to put the work in, and these guys getting up there and getting some extra ABs. And Parker with a nice cut right there. Fouled that one back, getting that barrel just below the ball. And that one hits Parker. That will load the bases. And, man, I don't know. Those jokers out there in the MacNSeitz dugout sometimes get a little carried away. But 2 down, and MacNSeitz not seeming to slow down here at all. That's going to bring up number 5, Mason Gellender, to the plate. So coaching staff for Team KC giving his pitcher some encouragement. And AJ up there on the bump, nodding his head, still looking confident. That ball misses just outside. Fly ball right side. That is out of play. So runners return to their positions. And AJ now working from the windup. That ball missing outside. So you know a guy's starting to lose a little bit of confidence. Anytime you start seeing them kind of mime their pitching motion and whatnot, that means they're in their head just a little bit. And I tell you what, he comes back, though, with a nice-looking fastball right there. And Gellender on a swing and miss. Oh, strike 3 call. And Gellender goes down. And MacNSeitz leaving 3 runners stranded. So maybe not the way we want to end the inning, but I will say that the boys had a little bit of production going. Colson Colquitt with a really nice-looking triple, hitting one just over the center fielder's head and getting all the way out to the fence. But Tucker Lee making his way across the plate on an RBI single from Hudson Woods, who very smartly pays attention to that throw going home and makes his way over to second. And so that's how MacNSeitz gets on the board early. Looks like MacNSeitz does stick with Tucker Lee out there on the hill. And it'll be interesting to see how these boys are able to fare here in pool play. Did a pretty good job in their last tournament, going 1-1 in pool play, and then in bracket play, making it all the way to the championship. Well, that pitch coming in 72 miles an hour. And so that's typically what I have definitely seen with Tuck, is that as the game wears on, he tends to throw harder. Just got to get a little bit more fluid and try to dial it in there in the strike zone. Oh, shoot, did I lose my... Oh, looks like I lost my... Did my roster blow away? Oh, man. I think my roster blew away. It's on my roster for Team KC, that is. Well, nevertheless, that's number 3 Holder up at the plate for Team KC. And we're all set, ready to go here in top of the second. Holder, a lefty, and Tuck working from the windup. Ooh. Tucker missing 2 fastballs up high. Kind of interesting. Holder kind of bending his knees down as that pitch is coming across the plate. And sticks with the fastball there. Now imagine Holder has the green light. Goes to his slider right there, not 2-2 count. Oh, and that one did not break. Came out of the fingers just a little wrong. That is going to be a full count, folks. And Tucker saying, hey, give me a new ball. And he misses that one high. Holder with a leadoff walk. And so that would represent the tying run right there on first base. No outs for Team KC. Man, I even have a rubber band that's trying to, oh, there's that roster. My goodness. Runner goes. And that throw nowhere near in time. So it'll be interesting to see how aggressive Team KC will be out there on the base paths. He tries to lay down a bunt right side. That rolls foul. So some good-looking baseball right there. Leadoff walk, steals to second. And then they try to bunt him over to third. Get that tying run in position. But it rolls foul. And a little piece of luck for MacNSeitz. Got to tell you, Tuck looks a little flat today. Doesn't seem like looks like he had plenty of energy in the dugout and up at the plate. But I can just kind of see it in his shoulders. So we were talking about that here this past weekend. Sometimes these guys will get a little bit of an adrenaline dump. And misses high right there. So walks the first batter and starts the second one off with 2 balls. So 2-1 count. Did foul one back. Or not back, but fouled the one down the right side with that attempted bunt. So now 3-1 count. Calls a foul ball right there. I didn't hear it hit the bat, but nobody better to call that than the umpire, standing very close right behind the bat. That'll make it now 3-2 count. So he was attempting to bunt again. So Tucker not looking like he's getting into that rhythm just yet. Let's see if he can come away with one right here. Oh. That one missed, and now 2 runners on. And a strike call right there. Fastball coming in 73 miles an hour. So steady and slowly but surely he continues to up that velocity. And Team KC trying to go back to that bunt, get 2 runners in scoring position. That one gets away. Cover! And a curveball goes, and Dixon tries to glove that one, and it gets away from him. So both runners advance, and now 2 runners in scoring position. So you got to think Team KC probably before that second strike would have been looking bunt again. Now less likely to do so. So 2-2 count. And a strike three call. That'll be the first strikeout for Lee. And a wild pitch. And a run comes across the plate. That'll tie the game. So Tuck's still looking a little bit out of sorts there. And that is the Team KC pitcher at the plate right now, number 1, AJ. Now working with a 1-0 count. Little chopper, this one back to short. And that's going to be good for out number 2. But that is a fielder's choice. And that puts Team KC up now 2-1. So a little self-inflicted damage here. 2 walks, and both of those making their way across home plate. Little chipper right back to pitch, and that is out number 3. So MacNSeitz get out of that inning, but not before Team KC puts 2 on the board and take the lead. Fortunately for MacNSeitz, we are the home team, and we'll have an opportunity to have that last at-bat in today's matchup. Folks. That takes us to bottom of the second. And number 4, Alex Kilman at the plate. So takes that first one down in the dirt for ball 1 and then swing and miss. That'll even up the count now 1-1. Gotta say, AJ with a little bit of a shaky first inning, but hats off to him because I tell you what, he stayed right in there, bases loaded, and comes away with a big strikeout. Kilman with a nice little piece of hitting right there. Oh, but that one carries, and the center fielder is able to come up with it for out number 1. I thought that one was going to drop. Sometimes that humidity can help us out there a little bit and get one down, but no luck there for Kilman. That's going to bring up number 79, Isaac Dixon. Missing outside. I tell you what, before coming out to the ballpark this afternoon, a kind of early evening, and number of weather warnings coming across, talking about some thunderstorms, and I'm hoping that things will hold off for us. We got big, huge thunderclouds all around us. It looked like AJ got Dixon on that curveball, but it came across just a little bit low. Now 1-2 count. Fouls that one back. Or the right side, rather. I tell you what, it was in probably 2 hours, about 3 o'clock. Heard some big cracks of thunder and didn't see the lightning, but I thought surely we were going to have a little bit of delay getting started, but no problem. And sun is getting a little bit lower. Should be a little bit of an issue over here on the right side of the field. Ball in play. This one over to second. They handle that easily for out number 2. But with a doubleheader on tap, we'll see if the Storms, maybe they'll split Liberty here and keep those little cells south and north of us. That's going to bring up number 10, Sebastian Wingrove. Fouls that first one. And home plate umpire showing a classy move right there. That foul tip kind of came off on the catch a little bit funky and gives them just an extra minute here to recover. So a hard hit ball right side, but that one is foul. Nice looking line drive. We'll see if he can straighten this one out. Yeah, that definitely was a balk, but no runners on base, and AJ gets Wingrove on a curveball. So that'll be out number 3, and Team KC goes 1-2-3 very quickly, moves through that second inning. And the dugout a little bit more reserved than in that opening inning. See if they can't continue some of their energy. All right, folks, that is going to take us into top of the third. MacNSeitz has taken the field and completing some of their warm-ups. That sun beginning to set here low on the left side of our field, so facing right into that first baseman's eyes if throw coming over from third. So we'll see if that factors into the gameplay here at all. I think sunset is here just before the 9 o'clock hour, so starting to get more into those summer hours, and we'll see that sun stay up just a little bit longer. I know just a couple of weeks ago here, that sun was setting closer to 8:30, almost that 8 o'clock hour. Ground ball right to second base, and that is out number one. So 1 pitch, 1 out. And I'm sure Tucker feeling a little grateful to get a quick, easy one right there. They lay a bunt down. And that will be an infield hit. My apologies, folks. I did not get that. That looks like that was number 17, so Xavier maybe. And that'll bring Team KC right back to the top of their lineup. And Tucker playing a little chin music right there. As batter jumps well back out of the way. Now 1-0 count. Runner goes. And so a good-looking fastball there for Tuck, but much too long of a pitching sequence right there when you get a runner on first. So Xavier with a stolen base right there. And now 1-1 count to Washington. Fouls that one out of play, left side. And he hammers that one right side. Oh, and a diving attempt. Runner rounds third, and he will hold. So a good relay for MacNSeitz, but play out in right field. Maybe not quite where we wanted it. Don't know if the sun came into play on that one. It was a good piece of hitting. And I'll tell you what, right fielder did a good job trying to get to that ball and gave it every last effort. But unable to come up with that. And that'll put runners on second and third for Team KC. Coach Baker taking a quick moment here to talk to his infield about how he wants to see them handle things. And now, home plate, umpire looking a little impatient. Tells these guys, hey, let's get things going. And so they break up, and Coach Baker heads back to the dugout. Team KC right here in the meat of their lineup. So Tucker challenges with a fastball right down the pipe. And the batter fouls that one back. Now 1-1 count. Fouls another one back. So now 1-2 count. So timing looking pretty on. Looks like the barrel of the bat just getting underneath that ball. We'll see what Tucker brings right here. Oh, and he misses just inside. Now 2-2 count. So that looks like that was the right pitch at the right time. He just did not throw it for a strike. 2-2 count. Swing and a miss. So Tucker gets one there. And that's going to bring up number 7, Brady Meyer. So 2 down. Ooh, I don't know where that one was, but it looked close. 1-0 count. Ooh, and that one is a hit by pitch, but that ball comes off and hits Dixon, I think, inside of his chest protector, but he's giving Coach Baker the thumbs up right there. That one missing outside. We talk about that first pitch strike so often, and Tucker not coming up with much today. Last couple of outings, he's been pretty strong and typically gets stronger as he goes. I will say he's throwing harder as he goes right now, but not having a lot of success right here. Still just a 2-1 matchup, and so not a bad effort, but the bases are loaded. MacNSeitz still playing at normal play depth. Force out any base. And runner goes. And another wild pitch will score another run. So Tucker definitely looking frustrated with himself right now. But now I see that steely glare in his eyes. Let's see if he can come up with something here. So bases now loaded once again. This is number 3, K to H, up at the plate. And Tucker needs a new hat. That sucker's falling off every pitch. So Holder a lefty. Another wild pitch. And MacNSeitz hurting themselves right now. So that's going to be it for Tucker Lee. Coach Baker comes back out for the second time this inning. And Tucker pounds the glove, not happy with his performance and understandably frustrated. But he'll be able to pitch possibly later in the tournament right now, but definitely didn't have the stuff tonight. Team KC up 4-1 right now, and looks like we're going to have a little bit of a change of speed pitcher come in. That'll be Mason Gellender. So we'll have a pitching change here real quick, and I'll go on a short audio break. All right, so Gellender all warmed up here, and we're ready to go. Pop fly, center field. One pitch, and Gellender gets that out. So good job for Gellender coming in here in a tight spot. Bases loaded, and MacNSeitz down 4-1. Batter comes up with a nice piece of hitting right there, but got a little too under it and carried for an easy out there in center. Coach meets the boys out there outside the dugout there and says, hey, let's get some things going. We need some offensive production. MacNSeitz leaving 3 stranded in their last batting opportunity, and so we'll see if they're able to put a few things more together here. Looks like Team KC does make a pitching change, and you'll see that's a pretty common pitching strategy here in tournament play, where a guy will get 2 or 3 innings maybe at the most, but a couple of innings per, and that will help their pitching ability come bracket play. So, but number 1, AJ doing a good job for Team KC, holding MacNSeitz just to 1 run. And now they'll switch out to number 18. That is Brady A. Fortunately for MacNSeitz, we're starting here at the top of our lineup. That'll be number 44, Cooper McCown. So just talking with Hudson Wood's father, and during that pitching change and whatnot, and you know, it's one of those things where you see a 13U team, and some guys could take that a little too lightly. I don't think MacNSeitz has done that here, and it would have been ill-informed if they did, because Team KC here is playing 13 AAA major, and those AAA major teams do a ton of practicing together, typically very sound fielding-wise. And they look solid here so far to start, as McCown fouls that one out of play left side. So third baseman playing awfully shallow. Not sure if he was thinking protecting against the bunt, and now with 2 strikes, he does back up. Cowan puts the ball on, and that's going to be out number 1. So a small dribbler back to second base, but McCowan at least putting the bat on the ball. And that's one of those things that I know that the coaching staff over here at MacNSeitz talked with these boys about for quite some time, and that is no strikeouts looking, right? You want to make sure that you're swinging the bat. If you got 2 on you, anything close, you can get the bat on the ball. And that brings up big hitting Colston Colquitt. So started off with a triple and a nice piece of hitting. Center fielder does make an adjustment out there as he backs up. Fly ball left side, shortstop rather, is going to collect that one for out number 2. And so 2 quick outs here in bottom of the third, and that's going to bring up number 27, Tucker Lee. So a 1-1 count. So Tucker looking to get pitch out a little bit out of his rhythm. Takes an extra time out there. Now all set in the box and ready to go. Swing and a miss. Now 2-2 count. So not a good looking swing there on a curveball. Got to think pitch is going to go right back to that one. He doesn't. And Tucker rips one right side. That gets through for a single. And now we'll see if MacNSeitz can get a little something going here with a 2-out rally. So number 22, Hudson Woods, now up at the plate. Hudson taking one deep in our last what happened? Okay. And so some lightning in the area, folks, and there will now be a rain delay. So anytime there is lightning, and this is a USSSA sanctioned event, they have very specific limitations in order to protect all the athletes, staff that are helping to umpire and run the event, and then, of course, all the spectators. So players will have to vacate the field, and typically they go in 30-minute increments here. So let me go on a short pause and see what I can find out. All right, folks, so it is indeed a 30-minute rain delay, lightning in the area, and they are asking everybody to clear the park. So our stream is actually going to have to go down. It obviously takes me a bit of time just to put the equipment up and take it back down. I'll do my best to see what I can do to get this equipment back up if we're able to resume play, but for the time being, that's going to do it for us at the moment. If you like or subscribe, rather, to our YouTube channel, you'll get that notification saying that we have gone live again. But thanks for joining us so far. Close one here, 4-1, favor of Team KC. Thanks for joining us, guys.